right, guys. Hold on. I got to make sure. I got to make sure y'all can hear me, man. I'm doing this a bit differently. Uh, today. Hold on. Hold on. Uh, can you guys hear me? All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me know if you guys can hear me, fam. Okay. Yeah. So I'm in the car, man. I just left a buddy of mine's house watching the game, and we smoking on a Vikings pack. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, man, bruh. This defense, this defense, this defense, this defense. We look real out there. This defense looks like the real McCoy on prime time Sunday night on the road in a loud stadium. You had what, 2 or 3 turnovers? I think it was like 7 sacks. Shit, I lost count how many times they were getting pressure. And then I looked at AJ going down, and I'm like, man, ooh, this might be tough. Justin Jefferson had one more catch after that, that 40-yarder. He had one more catch. They was pretty much shut down the entire night. We shut the run game down. They couldn't do shit. They looked like Canelo looked last night out there. They had no answer for this defense. None. And if this defense plays like this the entire season, which they probably will, because we finally got a fucking competent defensive coordinator, I'm going to talk about this OC. The Vikings got that work. 2 picks, bruh. Man, this defense looked like the truth. They look like they're about to be a goddamn problem. This offense. Zach's still trash. Boy, if we don't have Bijan, who's a generational talent, if we don't have Bijan, I honestly don't know what the offense had 1 touchdown. That was towards the end. They gave it to Tank. They basically allowed Tank to score so they can get the ball because they were out of timeouts. But the play calling on offense, same as last week, cheeks, absolute trash. There were a couple of things that he learned, like getting up underneath the fucking center on a 3rd and 1 and handing it to Algier. But Zach just straight cheeks, man. I just have to accept the fact that Zach Robinson is absolute ass as an offensive coordinator, and we're going to have to lean on our defense. Bruh, I can't say enough about this defense. And your boy Romo, bruh, cool up out of here. Cool up out of here. He's inactive. He going to get cut tomorrow. Cool going to get cut. This boy went 4 for 4. Think he hit a 55-yarder. He got a job. He got a job. Cool is officially he's up out of here. But bro, that defense was man. I'm just speechless, bro. Because there were times during the game, if we would have had a better coordinator, we would have took off on the Vikings. We would have smooth the fuck off on them. This might have been a 38 burger with a decent coordinator. Justin says he was 5 for 5. Okay, my bad. I shorted him 1. He was 5 for 5. If we had a competent OC, this would have been a 38 piece. Drake with the early fumble, but then came back with it. Drake had 2 important catches. He had 1 for a 1st down, and then we were like, what, 1st or 2nd and 18. He picked all the yardage back up. Kyle Pitts early in the 1st half got loose, didn't really do a lot in the 2nd. We didn't see, there was like 1 or 2 Darnell Mooney sightings, but it was clear This was going to be Bijan, like he usually is. I like the fact that they use Tank a little more often because that's what I was complaining about last week. Y'all aren't giving Tank enough work in short yardages, in short yard situations. This shouldn't even be a debate anymore. Put Tank up in there. I love Bijan, man, but on 3rd and 1, 4th and inches, put him in. Zach, you've had a year. Bro, you should be better than this as an offensive coordinator. And if we don't have Bijan, bro, Bijan is just, man, the way he can just make people miss. And he keeps fighting after yards. Once he gets going, he's like a locomotive, dog. And I can tell, dude, I'm starting to lose my voice because bro, this defense, man, I'm proud. Game ball, go to the D. The game ball, 6 points. Minnesota scored 6 points at home in their home opener. And they did this to the Vikings last week. The Vikings didn't really have a lot of yards. They had the 2 touchdowns with the rookie wide receiver, but outside of that, man, Tampa was pedestrian. We made Minnesota look awful. We made them look awful. And I can tell you this, Justin, special teams, a whole lot better this week than last week. Minnesota couldn't get nothing going. Nothing. And they were applying, dude, our 2 rookies got off. Watts got it, man, bruh. And that interception by Bowman, bruh. Hey, man, in 2 games, this defense looks better in 2 games than it's looked in the last 4 seasons. But the game ball goes to the defense, man. I can tell you, if we would have had the defense from last year, we'd have lost this game. That's why I can't overlook Zach Robinson. We'd have lost this game. If we would have had Jimmy Lake calling the defense last year, we'd have lost this. They were in the backfield all damn day, man. But that's the difference a coordinator makes. When you got a coordinator that knows what the fuck they are doing, this happens. When you bring in these first timers and they get their first crack and their first bite at the apple, you get what we got last year. And we're still dealing with the residue with Zach Robinson. Now, one of my partners said, hey, man, he'll get better. I'm like, dude, he's had a year as a play caller. The love affair with Bijan is still there. You know, you got guys that can make plays. Spread the damn ball around. That's all I'm asking. If you spread this ball around, it's going to make Bijan even better. It's going to make him even more dangerous. Because at one point, Minnesota was showing a 7-man front. They knew what was coming, and they still couldn't stop it. But yeah, man, if this defense is going to play like this all year, I'm always locked in. I'm locked the fuck in now. But when we got Jeff Ulbrich, I expected this though. But yeah, man, hey, 1-1. We got Carolina next week. They 0-2. Tampa plays tomorrow night. The Saints are 0-2. And I forgot who Tampa playing tomorrow night, but I'm rooting for them. Whoever Tampa's playing, I'm rooting for that team. But man, hey, I'm ecstatic about this defense, bro. I am ecstatic about this. Man, at one point they kept us in this thing because the offense couldn't do shit with the ball. They couldn't do anything with the ball, and I'm like, When Drake London fumbled the ball, my first thought is they're gonna score. They're gonna score. And they drove it down there, but they had to take 3. But this is the first time in a while our defense finally made a rookie look like a rookie. I saw Geno Smith come up through here in his rookie season. Motherfucker looked like Joe Montana. We make every rookie quarterback look like Joe Montana. We made JJ look like how Geno Smith was supposed to look in his rookie year. JJ looked like a straight up rookie out there. Didn't know where to go with the ball, scrambling, and he was getting popped. But the fact that you can get to the quarterback and at the same time shut down Jefferson, that's some amazing work right there. So again, man, hats off to the D. This offense, man. At this point, I don't know what to say. The Falcons should have put up 38. They should have put up 38 tonight. They had all the opportunities in the world. We were getting to the red zone. We just couldn't do anything. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But when I talked to Smitty, and shout out to Smitty and A1, man, I was on there last week, and I said, how many games do you stick with Zach Robinson as your offensive coordinator? We should have dog walked this team, bro. The way this defense was playing, we should have dog walked these boys. Dre says they play the Texans tomorrow. Okay. That should be a good game to watch. Yeah, man, but this defense, bro, if they like this all year, we about to be dangerous. We about to be absolutely dangerous. And again, we'll have to check what's going on with AJ because he pulled up on that hammy. Now, he was able to walk off the field, but it's non-contact. And he pulled up on it. Hopefully, it's just a strain. That's it. But before that, AJ was having a hell of a game. That defense was on fire tonight, bro. That's how you do a rookie. That's how a rookie's supposed to look. Just absolutely flabbergasted. Don't know where to go with the ball. Overshot. Xavier Watts got him. He got him a yum. He got him a pick at the end. And then they hey, man, Minnesota just wanted to go the fuck home. You got the guy that just muffs he just muffs the punt. Man, fuck it. We up out of here, man. Applebee's on 3. Applebee's on 3. But special teams showed up. Defense showed up. Bijan 168. Yo, what can you say, man? When we drafted Bijan, there were a lot of people that thought that was a bad pick. I'm like, dude, this is a generational running back right here. This guy, this is a toy you can't pass up on. And since he's been with us, the man's been absolutely lights out. My only fear is Zach's love affair with Bijan. You can't overuse him like this because it's going to be the Christian McCaffrey effect. You know, McCaffrey, when he went down to Carolina, he was a dog. Then he started getting injuries. Then he went to San Francisco. I'm surprised Christian McCaffrey held up as long as he did in San Francisco. You got 2 backs back there. When you give Tank the ball, Tank usually gets stronger as he runs. And he's wearing down the line. Now, I will give Zach some credit. He used Tank a lot more this week than he did last week. Plus, you're giving Bijan a breather. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't like some of the play calls, especially down in the red zone. Now, Penix was off on a couple of these throws. The one that he threw to Mooney, I think it was like on a second down. I think he just threw it there to just get the ball out because Mooney ain't have no leverage on that play. But he did miss some guys. But some of these throws that he made, that one to Drake London to pick up that 18, bro. Woo! But man, listen, And everybody picked Minnesota to beat us, by the way. I watched earlier on. The only one that picked Atlanta was the chick. Shout out to her. Everybody else had Minnesota. They had 2 field goals the entire goddamn game. 2. They had actually, nah, fuck that. JJ had 3 turnovers. He had 2 picks and he had a fumble. We made that boy look like a rookie. And that's what I want to see from our defense. If anybody, listen, man, if you kept Jimmy Lake, you're losing this game. You're losing this game. Period. Ulbrich knows what he's doing. And them guys, he had them guys hunting, man. Our rookies came up. Everybody on defense pretty much came up. Everybody. But that's what you need in games like this where your offense just can't get off. They can't score points in the red zone. They can't put up 7. But Romo, congratulations on our new kicker. Let's welcome Romo. Let's welcome Romo to the Atlanta Falcons. He's our kicker. Moving on. Koo is at home, punching and roundhouse in air right now. But it's Koo's fault. It's Koo's fault. You lost during the. I don't even think Koo lost the job during this week. I think he lost the job before Romo even came in. So they just needed an excuse. But yeah, Romo's our new kicker. Shout out to Koo for what he's done over the years. But bro, it's time to get you up out the paint. It's time to get you up out the paint, bro. I saw this guy cold as ice. Dude, he nailed the 55-yarder and he knew it was going in. So again, Raheem, I give Raheem credit because we talked about this last Sunday. Raheem could not go into this game starting Koo as our kicker. He simply could not do that because that sends a bad message to the team. That sends a bad message to the fan base. So I'm going to give credit to Raheem for being like, yeah, you know what? Fuck that. But Raheem's job on the line this year. Abel said this just in. Koo was kicking air at home and he missed. Hey man, I honestly hate to really, kick a man while he's down. You know what I mean? But Koo lost the job on his own. Romo's our new kicker. And if Romo would have missed one of these kicks, crazy enough, I'd have been okay with it. But the fact that he nailed all of them, and I mean, he was basically our points up until Tyler Algier ran into the end zone. And then I will give Zach credit for this. That final drive for us to go down there and score and absolutely bleed the clock out and bleed all their timeouts. Excellent job. But again, you have fucking Bijan Robinson, bro. You got Bijan Robinson. You can get away with a lot of stuff when you got a guy that's like that. George, what's going on? He said Terry drafted well. Them rookies balled tonight. Yes, they did. Travis said both rookie edges with the sack, both rookie DBs with the pick. Yeah, that's what, man. Listen, when you allow your defense to hunt, just go get the ball. Just go get it. That's what they're going to do. Now, when we lost AJ, they dropped back in coverage. They were faking blitz, and then you would see guys roll out in coverage, which again made it harder for JJ because he was already shell shocked from the first half. Man got touched 5 times. So again, rookie QBs and Chris Collinsworth. Well, you go back to the drawing board. You just had a baby, and you just toss this one in the toilet. Hey, listen, I might sound brutal right now, but I'm smoking on a Vikings pack. Fuck that kid. I can care less. He can go back and tell his kid He, your first week on Earth, Daddy took a loss to the Falcons. Book that. Book that. Cute kid. Fuck him. I'm about the logo. That's what I'm about. Then I'm like, I wonder if anybody on our squad had a baby sometime this week or, last week. Hey, man, I don't care about that kid. I want the dub. Like, great story piece. But hey, listen, that kid ain't out there throwing routes. That kid ain't out there on the line. I'm on a Vikings pack right now, especially after last year. Oh, this was a revenge win. I'm on that pack. And Carolina up next. Bruh, again, Olbrich, masterful job on the defense, man. Masterful job, bruh. And this is on prime time. So we'll see if they talk about us tomorrow. I'll be on the lookout on First Take. What's the dude's name that just stalks our team? I done forgot the motherfucking name already. God. I done forgot his name. He's a Vikings fan too. Oh, he gonna be salty balls tomorrow. He gonna be salty balls. But anybody that watched this game, I don't care what fan base you're from, that defense looked good, especially in a Sunday where they scored the most points. This is the second time. Well, I think they're second. The most points were scored on a Sunday, and we ended it off putting these boys at 6. Florio, appreciate it, Keonis. Mike Florio, he gonna be sick tomorrow, and I'm gonna enjoy watching it, smoking on a Vikings pack. I'm gonna enjoy it. Y'all put up 6 points. Justin Jefferson had 2 catches? 2? And the offense don't even. Oh my God, when this offense matches this defense, bruh. Oh my goodness. But that's Atlanta. Got the peanut butter, don't got the jelly. I'm gonna need both of them this season. Look like the peanut butter there. This offense gotta get right, bruh. I don't know what Zach doing. I honestly don't. But had that been any other running back, well, I can't say any other because you still got Saquon, you got Derrick Henry. And I hate to do this to Aaron Jones because I liked Aaron Jones when he played for Green Bay. If we would have had Aaron Jones, this would have been a problem. But Bijan covers a lot of mistakes on his play calling, bro. One of his most impressive runs of the day didn't really get a lot of yardage, but it was when they thought they had Bijan down. Bijan never touched the ground, ended up getting 4 or 5 more yards. Bro, I'm telling you. Bird's Eye View, what's going on? He says, what tripped me out is they show the defense of Minnesota during halftime, and they show no clips. That's that Atlanta hate. Plus, it's at the house. And again, Minnesota's defense had a solid showing. I think they sacked Penix 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was a goddamn sack. I mean, that was just, I don't know, nobody picked that up. They played decent, but again, we shut that offense down. We shut it completely down. And that's something that we talking, sheesh, 6 years? I mean, the last time this defense looked like that is, Ryan Nielsen was here. But that was a while ago. But yeah, I'm asleep happy tonight on the Vikings pack. I'm gonna get petty. I'm gonna go in these Vikings these Vikings YouTube pages and just smoke one, because they did this last year. I don't forget a motherfucking thing. They actually did this the last 2 years when they brought that nobody up in here. Guy got fresh off the plane 4 or 5 days and beat us. Oh, they was talking hell. I don't forget shit. I'm on a pack, and it's all week. And they lucky I ain't at the house. They lucky I ain't at the house, bruh. But yeah, man, defense looked great. We need to keep this up, man. Again, we got Carolina. Carolina's on a 2-game losing streak. Look like they ain't going nowhere fast. Josh Dobbs, appreciate that, fam. And again, Justin Jefferson, whoever got Jefferson on fantasy, my bad. My bad, dog. He ain't see the end zone. My bad. Justin over there blowing hot air because he can't get nothing. But that's what you're supposed to do. The guy, and Justin Jefferson, great player, fantastic player, one of the best receivers in the game. Shut him down. Outside of that one play, we shut him down. Aaron Jones, shut down. The other running back they had, shut down. They had nothing. And going in and playing Atlanta the last couple of years, you can pencil in a big game from one of these guys. You can pencil, hey, listen, I'm about to get loose. This is Atlanta. I'm about to get busy. Not no more. And again, Jimmy Lake's biggest problem as a coordinator, one, he ain't know what he was doing. Two, he didn't know how to draw up schemes like this. He didn't know. So I think Jimmy down in college, he back down there in the little leagues. He down there in college. Zach gonna follow him next if Zach can't do nothing with this offense, bro. This you don't have a trash offense. You got a Corvette and you handling like a Honda Civic. Get Mooney involved. Now, I think Mooney wasn't as involved because he's coming off that shoulder. So maybe that was we gonna run him out there and see if he can do a little something. Mooney had like 1 or 2 catches. But you got to get these other guys involved, man. If you do that, I can almost guarantee you Bijan might be in the MVP conversation because you're not going to be able to stop that. Monte Carlo says they got to make the plays. I agree. That Drake fumble, that can't happen. That can't. But it was a good play on the defense though, because Drake had that, and for it to get punched out like that is like, come on. And we had all the momentum when that happened, all of it. So this is the second game of the year where we look dominant. We outplayed Tampa Bay and lost that game. We outplayed Minnesota and dog walked them. So it looks positive. I just want to see this offense put up 7 instead of 3. That's it. But again, I can't say enough about the defense, man. They played lights out. I'll be watching first take. They'll talk about everything but the Falcons. And even when they do talk about it, there's gonna be some shade. I can hear Stephen, if Stephen A even talks about it, because they'll talk about the Cowboys ad nauseum. But when it gets to us, it's gonna be a blip in the radar, even though we were the primetime game. They'll talk more about how mediocre JJ McCarthy looked. You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at a quarterback that they put all their money in, they put all their time, and he just didn't look the part last night. 3 turnovers, sacked 5 times in the first half. He just didn't look like he was ready for the big lights. Fuck all that shit. We own a Vikings pack. That's what we own. I don't even want to hear Stephen A. Shannon Sharp probably talking about us right now. They on nightcap right now probably talking about this. But Shannon's probably more subjective because anybody watching that, dude, this defense, there was nothing Minnesota could do. There was nothing. And it reminded me of Canelo. Let me say this because I'm about to hop off because I'm about to drive home. Kudos to Terrence Crawford, non-football related, but people that know me and people that have been, I put this post up last night, people that have been watching me since I was on Facebook, I've been bigging up Terrence Crawford for 10 to 12 years now, saying this dude is the goods. He had Canelo out there. Dude, I ain't never seen Canelo look like that. I ain't never seen Canelo look like he was about to tap out in the 11th round. And what was funny was Canelo's post-fight interview. Since Canelo learned how to speak English, Canelo's been reckless at the mouth. He's been reckless at the mouth. But I respected Canelo so much more after the fight because when they asked him, they were like, so, Canelo, what happened? The Crawford's a great fighter. The skill, he just, I did everything right. I tried to go in, I tried to win, and I tried everything, and it just frustrating. And then they asked him, what was frustrating about Crawford's style? Everything. That's how the Vikings looked. That's how the Vikings looked. Frustrated. Nothing they could do worked. Nothing. Even the fourth down, that was a turnover on that they couldn't do anything. And I don't think McCarthy made the second one. I don't think he made that first down. But I'm gonna give Raheem some credit. But it's this defense, bro. If Jimmy Lake was still here, we would have got beat. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We would have got beat. But they got the right defensive coordinator in here. I'm gonna need Zach to wake the fuck up on offense. I'm gonna need him to wake up. But I really don't have a lot of faith in Zach Robinson. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I just don't have the confidence in him. Olbrick, I had confidence in him when he came in the door. LKO says, is it too early to think Kyle Pitts is here to stay? They didn't really use Kyle a lot in the second half, but I mean they were just really fixated on the run game. But yeah, if you use Kyle, you have a better chance of winning. But they got to open up the pass game. They have to. You got a quarterback that's got a cannon for an arm. You got, a dog in Drake London. Mooney is a speedster. And you got to have Kyle Pitts involved. That's what I've learned about Kyle Pitts. You got to have him involved in the game. So the crazy part is the offense can get better. It's easy to get them work, but we'll see. Shard says why Zach will not put Penix under center. He put him under center a couple times tonight. One was a direct one was he gave it to Tyler Algier. They had both running backs in, and then it was just a quick handoff to Tyler Algier for the first down. But he was under center a few times. Not as much as I want, because again, a lot of the play action, you can make bigger plays under center with the play action as opposed to the pistol. The defense can kind of see it coming. Mr. 912, what's going on? He says, yo, Marcus, what up? I've been here, but was playing my Madden League game. Man, the defense looks good. Glad to see the rookies. Yeah, man, the rookies, I want to see guys hunt. You brought them here to hunt. You didn't bring them here to drop back in coverage. You brought them in here to hunt. And they look good. But Xavier Watts, bruh. Man. Watts, bruh. It's the second week. That boy the goods. It's getting to a point to where we ain't hearing Jesse Bates' name. We hearing these guys up front, but I'll be checking on AJ in the morning to see what's going on with that hamstring. Hopefully he just pulled it. He just strained it. The way he walked off the field, it didn't look like a tear. But who knows? They'll probably let us know in the morning what's going on with AJ. But as far as that, man, I'm ecstatic about the way the defense played. I'm ecstatic about it. They played like this on prime time. And they played, we can't count out the fact that Kevin what was his last name? The head coach for the Vikings, O'Connell or Donald, I don't give a fuck what his name is. We smoking on him tonight. But he's a great offensive coordinator. He can call plays, and he couldn't do shit tonight. Nothing. There was just nothing he could call that was really getting them in a position to be dangerous. But with that being said, man, your boy's gonna get out of here so I can get to the house, man. I'm still parked in the car, and I got about 30 minutes to get to the house. So I'm a smoke one all the way to the house, man. But again, I appreciate everybody that jumped on here. Smoke one for your boy, man, and smoke slow, smoke strong. Enjoy this win. This was a great win, and honestly, we needed it. We could not drop the 0-2. We couldn't. So Corey says Billy Bowman was balling too. Yeah, everybody on defense was balling, bro. Everybody. And they should take a bow on tonight's performance. It was an absolutely great performance. And it's a performance we hadn't seen in quite a while from this defense. So with that being said, I'm out, fam. Go jump over to Smitty and A1. I'm pretty sure they got a live going on. Be sure to catch Big Low, the Birdcage, everybody that's in the Falcons niche doing their thing, man. Be sure to follow them. I'll be back on later on this week, man. And I'm sorry this live is a little bit janky. I ain't got no music playing in the background, but I'm in my car. So y'all know my logo, man. Y'all know my motto. I'm on after every game. I don't care where I'm at. I could be in space. I'm going to be live after every game. So, yeah, man, smoke one for your boy. We up out of here. Peace.